Rosy and Fizz, Rosy and Fizz, playing together, whatever the weather. Two best friends and the fun never ends. So come on in and play with Rosy and Fizz.
Hello, my name is Lucy and this is Rosie. Hello Rosie. Let's put Rosie here. And this is Fizz. Hello Fizz. And Rosie and Fizz have been very busy today playing with their toys, and inside their toy box are lots of clues for today's story. Shall we have a look? There's a watering can, some sunflower seeds, and some twigs. Rosie and Fizz are busy in the garden and we're going to help them. So are you ready? Let's switch to story time. And we switch to story time by making a big story clock. Can you make a big story clock with me? After 3, 1, 2, 3, a big story clock with seconds, minutes and hours. And pretend your body is the big hand and put your little hand like this and join in with me.
Tick tock, it's the story clock. It must be time for a story. Tick tock, it's the story clock. Are you ready for a story? Stretch up high, stretch down low. Wriggle your fingers, wiggle your toes. Tick tock, it's the story clock. Hands up, who's ready for a story?
In the garden, everyone was busy. Ladybird scurried along. Butterfly played chase. Hello, Butterfly, said Rosie and Fizz. And Blackbird built her nest with twigs and grass and mud. I know, said Rosie. Let's help Blackbird.
I'll collect the twigs, said Rosie, and you collect the grass. I found a twig too, said Fizz. Blackbird was very surprised. Thank you, she said.
Then, bzz, 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 boop, a bee landed on Fizz's nose. Hello, Bee, said Fizz. You're back. Hi, Fizz, said Bee. Bzz, 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 bzz. Busy, busy, busy. Lots to do. See you soon. Bye. And Bee flew away. Everyone is very busy, said Rosie. I want to be busy too, said Fizz. Why don't you help Bumble Bee? Said a voice from the other side of the garden. It was Daffodil. Hello, Rosie. Hello, Fizz, said Daffodil. Hi, Daffodil, said Rosie and Fizz. Bumblebee doesn't need any help today, said Rosie. Bumblebee was very busy. Yes, said Fizz. She flew away. Ah, but you can help Bumblebee by growing a sunflower. Bees love sunflowers. They drink the nectar and eat the pollen and carry the pollen dust from place to place. That's a good idea, said Fizz. Rosie, will you help me? Will you help me grow a sunflower? We're going to be busy, busy, busy.
Sow the seed and watch it grow. Wake up, seed, and say hello. Here comes the sun, warm and bright. Stretch up high towards the light. With sun and water it'll grow and grow. We'll soon be able to say hello. Bee meet sunflower, sunflower meet bee. it's a wonderful world for all to see.
Rosy and Fizz checked in the pot, but Sunflower was nowhere to be seen. "Oh dear," said Fizz. "Where's Sunflower?" "She won't be there yet," said Daffodil, "but she'll soon appear." The next day, Rosy and Fizz checked again, but Sunflower still wasn't there. So Rosy and Fizz gave the seed some more water, and sure enough, day after day, as the sun grew warmer and brighter, something extraordinary happened. A little green shoot appeared. Sunflower was starting to grow.
And the green shoot grew bigger and bigger and bigger until one day Fizz called, "Rosy, wake up! Look at this!" When Rosy and Fizz looked out of the window, they saw a big sunflower in the garden. Then Fizz heard a buzzing noise. Bzz, 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 bzz. It was Bee! "Surprise!" shouted Fizz. "Bee meet Sunflower, Sunflower meet Bee." "Hello, Bee," said Sunflower. "Hi, Sunflower," said Bee.
As the sun grew warmer and brighter, the garden filled with lots of flowers in lots of different colours, and the sunflower grew taller and taller and taller until it was taller than Rosy and Fizz. And Bumble Bee was very happy indeed. And that was the story of Rosy and Fizz and the Bumble Bee. It's nearly time for Rosy and Fizz to go, but just before we do, let's stick the sunflower seeds inside Rosy and Fizz's storybook, so they'll always remember the day they grew a sunflower. Thank you for joining us, and why don't you join us next time for another Rosy and Fizz story adventure? I wonder what toys we'll find inside their toy box. We'll see you then. Bye! Right then, are you ready? Let's stick in the sunflower seeds. Let's find a page and let's stick the packet of seeds in the corner. Here you go. Hello, my name is Lucy and this is Rosy. Hello Rosy. Let's put Rosy here. And this is Fizz. Hello Fizz. And Rosy and Fizz have been very busy today playing with their toys, and inside their toy box are lots of clues for today's story. Shall we have a look? There's a yellow door with a pink flower. Let's put that here. There's a cake. A cake with sprinkles on the top. And there's a plaster. Rosy and Fizz are meeting a new friend and we're going to join them. So are you ready? Let's switch to story time. And we switch to story time by making a big story clock. Can you make a big story clock with me? After 3, 1, 2, 3, a big story clock with seconds, minutes and hours. And pretend your body is the big hand And put your little hands like this and join in with me.
Tick tock, it's the story clock. It must be time for a story. Tick tock, it's the story clock. Are you ready for a story? Stretch up high, stretch down low. Wriggle your fingers, wiggle your toes. Tick tock, it's the story clock. Hands up, who's ready for a story?
Everyone was excited. A path led to a house with washing on the washing line and a yellow door with a pink flower. Mouse spotted it first, and Mouse told Hedgehog. Hedgehog told Butterfly. Butterfly told Bee, and Bee told Fizz. And Fizz said, "We must say hello." "That's a good idea," said Rosy. "I'll make a hello card and put all of our names in it." Mouse said, "I'll pick some flowers." "Me too," said Hedgehog. "Can we help?" asked Butterfly and Bee. Butterfly and Bee were very good at finding the prettiest flowers. "I know what I can do," said Fizz. "I can make some cakes." "That's a good idea," said Rosy, and Rosy helped fetch the eggs and flour and butter and sugar. Everyone was busy. Rosy was busy colouring and sticking. She'd made a card with a sun, a bright yellow sun, said Rosy. And Fizz, well, Fizz was busy sprinkling sprinkles all over his cakes. "Gosh," said Rosy, "that's a lot of cakes. How many do you have, Fizz?" Fizz counted. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cakes. That's 1 for Hedgehog, 1 for Mouse, 1 for Butterfly, 1 for Bee, 1 for you, Rosy, 1 for the new person who lives in the house, and 1 for me. "Would you like some help carrying the cakes?" asked Rosy. "Oh, no, thank you," said Fizz. "I'll be fine." But when Fizz picked up the cakes, ooh, he wibbled and wobbled. Be careful, Fizz. Soon it was time to set off, and everyone wondered, who lives in the house with the yellow door?
"It can't be Frog," said Fizz, "because Frog lives on the lily pad. And it can't be Badger," said Rosy, "because Badger lives in the set. And it can't be Rabbit," said Hedgehog, "because Rabbit lives in the burrow."
"Like this one," said Fizz.
Fizz was running so fast along the path he didn't see the big stone.
"Watch out, Fizz! Bump! Whoops!"
Squish!
"Ouch! My knee!" said Fizz. "And look, the cakes have been squished." "This one's fine," said Rosy. "And when we get to the house, we can wash the mud off your knee." With that, they turned the corner and saw the path leading to the house with washing on the washing line and a yellow door with a pink flower. Fizz forgot about his sore knee. Rat-a-tat-tat! Fizz knocked the door. Everyone was excited. Who was inside? 1, 2, 3. Let's open the door. It was Dr. Dolly. "Hello," said Fizz. "My name is Fizz, and I'm Rosy, and I'm Hedgehog, and I'm Butterfly, bzz, 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 and I'm Bee, and I'm Mouse," said Mouse, scurrying along. "Hello," said Dr. Dolly. "My name is Dr. Dolly. What a surprise!" "Oh, Fizz," said Dr. Dolly, "look at your knee. You best come inside."
Dr. Dolly fetched her doctor's bag. Inside was a jar of pink ointment, a thermometer, bandages and some plasters. "We'll have you as good as new in no time," said Dr. Dolly. "Show me your knee, yes I see, washed with soap as clean as can be. Let's pat it dry, soft and slow. Plaster on, you're ready to go."
"Thank you," said Rosy and Fizz. Rosy gave Dr. Dolly the hello card. Mouse and Hedgehog gave the picked flowers, and Fizz gave Dr. Dolly the cake. "The trouble is," said Fizz, "there were lots of other cakes, but they got a bit squished. But this one is fine." "Thank you," said Dr. Dolly. "One cake is just enough," and she cut the cake for everyone to share. It was a lovely day meeting new friends. Dr. Dolly was very happy to be living in the woodland. And just as Rosy and Fizz were about to go home, Dr. Dolly gave Fizz some more plasters, just in case he fell over again. "Thank you," said Rosy and Fizz. And that was the story of Rosy and Fizz and the plaster. It's nearly time for Rosy and Fizz to go, but just before we do, let's stick the thank you card, the plaster and the yellow door inside the Rosy and Fizz storybook, so they'll always remember their story adventures. And why don't you join us next time for another Rosy and Fizz story? I wonder what toys we'll find inside their toy box. We'll see you then. Bye! So let's find a page and let's stick in the thank you card first. There we go. So let's do this and let's get the thank you card. Hello, my name is Lucy and this is Rosy. Hello Rosy. Let's put Rosy here. And this is Fizz. Hello Fizz. And Rosy and Fizz have been very busy today playing with their toys, and inside their toy box are lots of clues for today's story. Shall we have a look? There's a narrow boat, some parcels, 1, 2 and 3. And there's a bottle with a cork. Rosy and Fizz are helping to deliver some parcels and we're going to join them. So are you ready? Let's switch to story time. And we switch to story time by making a big story clock. Can you make a big story clock with me? After 3, 1, 2, 3, a big story clock with seconds, minutes and hours. And pretend your body is the big hand and put your little hands like this and join in with me.
Tick tock, it's the story clock. It must be time for a story. Tick tock, it's the story clock. Are you ready for a story? Stretch up high, stretch down low. Wriggle your fingers, wiggle your toes. Tick tock, it's the story clock. Hands up, who's ready for a story?
Rosy and Fizz were sailing their boat along the river. The river was quiet today, except for clink, clink, bash, bash, bang, bang, bother, came a voice. What's that noise? Asked Fizz. Now if you look closely along the riverbank, you will see a small door that leads to a small house. The house of Captain Pocket of Pocket's Parcel Delivery Boat Company.
No parcel too big or too small was written on a sign in the garden. And every day, Captain Pocket would deliver parcels to everyone who lived along the river. Every day, except today, that is.
Bother, came a voice. It was Captain Pocket. Oh, hello, Captain Pocket, said Rosy and Fizz. Hello, Rosy. Hello, Fizz, said Captain Pocket. There's a hole in my boat and I can't deliver my parcels. Oh dear, said Rosy and Fizz. They looked closely. They could see the hole. We can help deliver your parcels, said Fizz. Yes, that's a good idea, said Rosy. Thank you, said Captain Pocket. There are 3 parcels to deliver today. 1 for Swan, who lives in the marsh, 1 for Duck, who lives in the reeds, and 1 for Kingfisher, who lives in a burrow on the riverbank. Oh, I know Kingfisher's house, said Fizz. Thank you very much, Rosy and Fizz. That would be very helpful. You can deliver my parcels, and I can try and fix my boat. So Rosy and Fizz loaded the parcels onto their boat and set off on their way.
Up and down, to and fro, over the bumpy seas we go. No parcel too big, no parcel too small. Rosy and Fizz will send them all.
The first stop was Duck's house, and Duck lived near the reeds along the river. And when Rosy and Fizz arrived, the ducklings were playing hide and seek. Found you! Hello, Rosy. Hello, Fizz, said Duck. Oh, hello, Duck, said Rosy and Fizz. Where's Captain Pocket? Asked Duck. Oh, Captain Pocket has a hole in his boat, said Fizz, so we're helping to deliver the parcels today. Yes, said Rosy, and this parcel is for you. Thank you, said Duck. We must go now, said Fizz. It's a busy day delivering parcels. So Rosy and Fizz said goodbye to the duck and the ducklings, and they set off on their way. Bye, Rosy. Bye, Fizz, said Duck. The next stop was Swan's house, but before they could find it, Rosy spotted Swan gliding along the river.
Swan, called Rosy, but Swan didn't hear. Swan, called Fizz a little louder. We have a parcel for you. Oh, hello, Rosy. Hello, Fizz, said Swan.
Hello, Swan, said Rosy and Fizz. We have a parcel for you, said Fizz. It's long and blue with a red ribbon. Thank you, said Swan. Where's Captain Pocket today? Oh, Captain Pocket has a hole in his boat, said Fizz, so we're helping to deliver the parcels. We must go. It's a busy day. See you soon, Swan. Bye, said Rosy and Fizz, and they set off on their way. Their next stop was Kingfisher's house.
You could always spot Kingfisher. Kingfisher was bright blue and orange and lived in the burrow in the riverbank.
When Rosy and Fizz arrived at Kingfisher's house, Kingfisher was busily looking for something. Well, it was here yesterday, he said. Everything that was usually kept in Kingfisher's burrow was now outside along the riverbank. There were buttons and books and boxes and bits and bobs all over the place. "Hello, Kingfisher," said Rosy. "What are you looking for?" Said Kingfisher. "I'm looking for a book about fixing things." "A book about fixing things?" said Rosy. "Captain Pocket would find that book very useful." "Yes," said Fizz. "You see, Captain Pocket has a hole in his boat. That's why we're helping to deliver the parcels." "A hole in his boat, you say? Most interesting. Why don't you ask Captain Pocket to try this?" And Kingfisher pointed at the glass bottle with a cork. Rosy and Fizz weren't sure how a bottle with a cork could help fix a hole in a boat, but they thanked Kingfisher and set off on their way, leaving Kingfisher to look for that book. "Captain Pocket," called Rosy and Fizz, "Kingfisher has asked us to give you this." It was the bottle with a cork. "Ah," smiled Captain Pocket, "a bottle with a cork. Most useful." And Captain Pocket pulled out the cork from the bottle and popped it into the hole in his boat. Pop! And that was the story of Rosy and Fizz and the parcel. It's nearly time for Rosy and Fizz to go, but just before we do, let's stick the parcels and the cork inside the Rosy and Fizz storybook, so they'll always remember their story adventure sailing along the river. Thank you for joining us, and why don't you join us next time for another Rosy and Fizz story? I wonder what toys we'll find inside their toy box. We'll see you then. Bye! Right then, shall we stick in the parcels first? So let's find a page and let's stick in the parcel. Let's do that. So there we go. Let's take the parcel and let's stick it here. Bye!